Hello, everybody. I'm Alex,
I'm Alex.
and this is our podcast,
Joel.
So, you might, if you're a regular listener to our show, you might notice the silence in the background.
What you're not hearing is being at my home instead of the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
That's because the people in the lounge made a disgraceful thing on the chalkboard.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, it was, they called it, what did they call it? The United States of
Society of...
United Society of... I don't remember what they called
it. It was an SPS thing, so Society of like...
Okay,
personified states.
Oh,
Society of
right.
Personified
So they
States.
basically took people in the club's names and made them into state names. For example, Alex.
Alex.
But they know him as Nathan.
Right. Fake name.
Right. They put Nevada. Wait, what is? I can't even get it right.
Nevathan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nevathan, like Nevada plus Nathan.
Right. There was also
It's just horrible.
Massachusetts.
Yep.
I think that one's kind of good.
That one's okay. It's because it's not that.
It's like the best of all of the rest of them.
Oh, I didn't look at them all closely enough, but like.
Yeah.
The thing is about Massachusetts is that it's not that different from Massachusetts.
Yes.
But Nevathan is just an abomination.
For Braden, they tried to use Nebraska, and it's just Nebraden.
Oh, no.
It's not even like... That doesn't sound like the state anymore. They just messed with his name.
With Victoria, they did Florida, so it was like Victorida or something.
Victorida.
Horrible like that.
Ugh, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Anyway, so we immediately left as soon as we saw that.
Right. It was offensive and...
frankly, too far, I would say.
Yeah, I can't see any defense of, why a rational person would do that.
Right. So anyway, we're here in Nathan's home today.
Yep.
Your home for only
describe the scene. You did a pretty good job. Just a minute ago.
We came in and all this food was out, and the selection of food is quite. I don't even know a good adjective. Amazing. There's a package of Nutter Butters.
Yep.
A bag of Tostitos with salsa, medium salsa. A bagel with peanut butter on it. Plus a bottle of wine with one empty glass and one partially full glass. So if that doesn't describe your house, I don't know what does.
It does describe our house.
And
that is wine. I thought maybe it was not. And we didn't just leave wine out.
What did you think it was? Like urine? That's what it looks like.
No, I thought it was like there was wine in there and there was like maybe a little bit left, but then they put water in it to fill it back, like to rinse it out or something.
Right.
But no, that's just how it is.
Hey, welcome, Dakota.
Hi, Dakota.
Good evening.
You're on our podcast.
Yep.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Hello.
Hey.
And he's gone.
Bye, Dakota.
Anyway, all right. So So what was the first thing we wanted? I know there was like yes. This is our weekly reminder that Nathan no longer owes me $1. And he actually paid me the $1, if only to get ice cream. I actually bought him some ice cream, but he did pay the $1. So Nathan no longer owes me $1. Thank you to all of our listeners who peer pressured him into that.
I felt very bad. All of those negative thoughts and prayers coming my way. I could feel them.
That and also you just wanted ice cream.
Also, I really wanted ice cream.
I'll set the scene. I walked in and Nathan goes, "Hey, how about you buy us ice cream?" I'm like, "How about you pay me $1?" And he just wanted ice cream so much that he paid the $1.
Yeah, caved after
like
2 weeks or something. I don't know what it was.
For
Probably
one measly Klondike bar.
Yep. Well, that's what I would do for a Klondike bar.
Yep, pay $1.
In fact, I would wait. No. You'd have to pay me in order for me to do it 3 times.
Right, $5.
$5.
Which would not be worth it.
Yeah, it'd be if you paid me $5 to pay you $1 3 times. It'd be a huge waste of money.
Yeah, A plus math right there.
You might as well since it's anything 3 times for $5, you could get me to pay you $2 3 times to make a profit.
Yeah, except I don't actually think I could do that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think it definitely depends on how much money I have, and I don't really have a lot of money.
I mean,
so.
I already know you wouldn't do anything for $5 3 times because you wouldn't give me all of your money for $5 3 times.
Oh, that's actually. Well, I was gonna say that's impossible, but after the first
it is
time,
possible.
all of my money would
just
just
be
no money.
Right, so it is possible. You just wouldn't want to do that.
Wouldn't do it. Yeah, that does make sense. I agree. So something else we wanted to discuss on this week's episode of Joel is so let's tell a bit of backstory.
Wait, I don't know which topic you're referring to. There were multiple.
Okay, well, I'll just tell the backstory
All right,
then.
go ahead.
Earlier this week, I researched SoundCloud as an option to publish our podcast, but unfortunately, I thought SoundCloud was like YouTube, where you could just like upload your stuff, however much you wanted and all that. But SoundCloud apparently only allows you to upload 180 minutes of audio for free. And as our dedicated listeners surely know, the amount of speaking that we have done over the past several episodes.
Somehow more than 180 minutes.
Definitely much more than 180 minutes. So in order for us to host our podcast on SoundCloud, we would have to pay real money.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And since our single donor has only donated one time, and it was 5 cents.
And it was just to me.
And it was just to you. It wasn't to the podcast or anything. Unfortunately, there's no sustainable way for us to put our stuff on SoundCloud. But in the process of researching what it would take to publish our material, we discovered, of course, that you would typically have some sort of image or logo associated with the podcast.
Yeah, like a cover art.
Like a cover art, yeah. So we thought we'd take a little bit of time to brainstorm, and if you have any suggestions as you listen, you can tweet us live at Alex and Alex the Twitter, at joelthepodcast.com, at gmail.com.
That's our Twitter handle.
That's our Twitter handle.
Pretty sure it's too long.
How long can a Twitter handle be? We should make a really absurd Twitter handle.
See, that's free.
That is free. Twitter's free. Can you post audio files on Twitter?
I don't know.
Could our tweets just be full episodes of the podcast?
Well, honestly, it's just a series of tweets that is the transcript of our podcast.
We could live tweet podcasts by just sitting next to each other and tweeting at each other.
That would be terrible.
That would be awful.
What we actually could do, which I just realized just now as you were talking about it, is once we get a cover art, just put our podcasts on YouTube for free,
and have the
cover art be the image of the video.
That's brilliant. I think we solved our issue of where to put the podcast, but that means we definitely need a good cover art because our listeners will become viewers of that cover art for like several. Obviously we have more than 180 minutes already, and this is episode 5, maybe? I don't actually know what episode this is.
So let me tell you what the ideal cover art is.
Yes.
We don't tell Joel about this podcast, and we get him to draw a picture of us.
Ah.
That is the ideal. I don't think he would do it. So for those of you who don't know, our friend Joel is actually an excellent artist.
Yes.
Even though he would not say so. Welcome back, Dakota.
What inspired this idea? Tell me.
We just decided to... Well, okay. So the origin story is we went bowling.
Okay.
Except all the lanes... We were at the Union and all the lanes were taken, except there was a bunch of open lanes. So I don't know what the deal was, but they couldn't let us bowl right away.
Okay.
So we had 30 or 40 minutes where we just wanted to kill time. And we just started recording us talking. And that was it for a while. But then I was driving home and listening to the music on my phone on shuffle. And the recording was on my phone, and apparently that mixes into the music. So the podcast that we recorded first started playing, and it was just a joke then. But then it turned out to be really entertaining to listen to, at least for us, because it's just like inside jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
So we decided to just continue doing it for fun. And
here we are, episode 6, right?
I don't know what it is, actually.
It's episode 5 or 6.
Let's go look. This is episode 5. We've been doing one a week for the past couple weeks. Did you get peanut butter on my phone?
I'm eating Nutter Butters. There's no real peanut butter in
Did
them.
you get fake Nutter butter on my phone?
I don't know. I was just sitting here eating, so unless I sprayed some...
I don't know.
Stop putting nut on his phone, man. Come
on. For our listeners, Alex just nutted on my phone. Thanks.
Oh, man.
So Joel just responded, actually, that he understood the original yes, and it was just you that was confused.
Good.
Okay. Just to clear that up. So Joel makes another guest appearance on our podcast. Right then.
Joel
just now.
Yeah, Joel doesn't know that we continued this podcast, right?
Right. I don't think anybody knows that we continued except maybe Shelby.
And everyone in the SPS.
And everyone in SPS, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of people,
Does
yeah.
Katie not know? I feel like we...
Katie maybe knows, but we haven't really talked to Katie all that much, so...
I feel like we told someone.
Maybe we told Katie and Jasmine while we were and Berenson while we were at dinner.
Yeah, I think we might have. I think we did.
That time, yeah. Where we all went to the Stacked Pickle on trivia night and answered all of the trivia correctly, except we weren't entered in the trivia.
Except for your question.
No, my question was correct. My question was the TV one.
No, there was another one that was yours.
I don't remember any question of mine that I didn't know the answer to.
You must have. I don't remember what the question was either. I don't know how it got lumped on you, but
oh, I know what it was. It was the music one, and it was something about like a current country singer.
A bunch of that one. But there was also one with like a bunch of bands that we had never heard of.
Oh yeah, the bonus question in between rounds. It was like name the band that each of these person is the front man for, and then they just name the front man of each band. I think is the way it was. And they just named 4 bands, and none of us had heard of any of them.
Anyway, but Joel doesn't know, so...
Joel doesn't know.
Alright, so assuming Joel refuses to draw this, or it gets out to him what this is for...
Right.
What else can we do?
I wonder if I could request, as payment for him sleeping at my house this weekend, him drawing a picture of us.
That actually has a slim chance of working.
I think if we make that request, even if he intends to agree, he will ask us what it's for.
Right, so we need a fake reason.
Right.
You can just say that's because you're leaving and you want to have a memory of your best friend.
Of me and Alex, and that's it. I think I could say that.
You could say that.
And everyone would just think it was funny, and then maybe he would agree to it, or maybe he would think at that point that it was just a joke.
Right, okay, yeah. You need a reason that's actually believable.
Yeah. So...
You would just say something like, why don't you just take a picture of yourselves?
We have this third friend who's blind.
He's never gonna... What?
And the blind friend won't be able to see a picture of us. But if Joel draws it...
He still won't be able to see it.
Like pencil marks or whatever he uses pushed into the paper, you know?
That's way less believable than the first reason.
Okay.
All right.
Let's come up with
What would Joel believe? Fuck. The problem is he was.
What if we told Joel privately and then said it was for the piano thing for Katie? Because if it was for Katie, I bet he would do it.
Oh, that actually probably would work, I think.
Yeah.
Excellent idea. Yes, let's do that.
All right.
So...
It's settled. After this episode is over, we will text Joel.
Yes.
And request a hand-drawn picture of us. What should we be doing? He's going to ask us about, how it should look. Is it just like our heads, or?
I mean, that's what I was thinking, but, there's no reason that it can't be something else. Do you have any ideas?
Can't be anything podcast specific, or
right, me too. Draw a microphone. Oh, we could draw. It's kind of related.
We could draw a microphone.
Oh, that would be a bad idea.
No. What if we did though? What if we had him draw the heads, and then we decorate the rest of the scene with our less good art abilities?
We should make a copy of it.
And
decorate the copy in case it's terrible. When it's terrible.
I was thinking that would be the way to go as well.
Draw mustaches on ourselves.
We'll scan it in. Actually, you know what would be hilarious is if we did we had the heads And then for every episode, we decorated the heads in a way that's relevant to what we were talking about in that episode.
You know what we should do? We should Photoshop a picture of Joel in between us. Because it's Joel the podcast. I'm sure he would love that. Okay, that might be kind of mean.
I think he would get really angry. Yeah. I think the telling him it's for Katie and then using it for this
that's already
is pretty borderline to begin with, especially because we do call the podcast
And if we're intending
Joel.
on putting it on YouTube.
we're gonna genuinely publish this for the entire world.
Oh yeah, this feels a little bit mean now.
It does feel pretty mean.
But his art is so good.
Okay, what if we ask him to do it and hope he doesn't say no, and then when he says no, we can think of another idea.
Well,
or actually, right now we can think of another idea.
Wow, we're such good friends. Let's think of another idea.
I think we could still ask him.
Yeah, sure, but.
All right.
What's our backup idea?
So if we wanna stick with like the homemade art theme, we could each draw a picture of ourselves.
I just feel like that would be terrible.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be that good.
Is Shelby a good artist?
I don't think she's like a Joel level artist. She's probably an us level artist.
Oh, that's sad. Okay, what about something that's not us? What else could we do?
Right.
I mean, we could do us, but like a picture of us doing something.
Okay, so we could just
Do you have any flat-brimmed hats?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say we just put
Almost definitely not.
We put on flat-brimmed hats.
Yeah.
Sunglasses. As many chains as we can, gold chains as we can find. Back to back.
Wow.
Just like a rap album.
That would be certainly. Maybe we should make a rap album for the podcast.
Okay.
That we're getting off track a bit with that idea.
We should not do that, first of all. Because
probably shouldn't do that.
Because you can't rap, and I only think I can rap.
Right. Okay. So, no drawing, probably. Right. No rap album.
Well, we could do the rap album cover idea. I'm sure we could find someone who has a flat-brimmed hat.
What else might we want to do? So that we have maybe a few things to consider. Or maybe a few things to do just in general.
We could do a hilarious, like, something you would find on, like, a romance album between the two of us. That might be kind of awkward, but it would be hilarious.
I think that would be really awkward, but you're correct. Very, very hilarious. What other stereotypical, like, things with two people are there?
Let's see.
We could, all of the, like, two-person,
It's Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy. Welcome to our podcast.
Oh, hi, everybody.
We're trying to decide what our cover art should be for when we publish these and become famous and everybody sees it.
Okay, wow. You could just go with the classic spherical cow, but...
Yeah?
Well, it's not really a physics podcast, because only one of us is a physicist.
All right. Well, what is your podcast about?
That's an excellent question.
It's about many things.
You just got a package.
Let's see what it is.
Present time. Wait, isn't Nathan a good artist? We could ask him to draw us.
It's for Dakota. Yeah, we could ask Nathan. So we'll ask Joel, and then we'll ask Nathan.
Yeah, can you imagine if we got Joel to do this? That would be amazing.
That would be perfect. I don't think there's any other idea we can have that will live up to that.
Yeah.
We just really, really hope he will cooperate. While deep down knowing he definitely won't.
It's like rooting for the 76ers. Or any NBA team that's not the Warriors. You can root for them as much as you want and hope that they win, but deep down you know.
Year after year, you get the fantastic underdog story of the Warriors overcoming all odds.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, he's out on that.
Okay. The lounge was full, so we're doing it here today.
You look very tired. Did you just wake up? He nodded. For the benefit of our listeners.
Right. Soon to be viewers.
Which is probably still good, right?
How long has it been here?
Last night.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Are those your chips?
Yes.
Can I have some chips?
Are these your Nutter Butters?
Yeah.
I've been eating them.
All right, this podcast is about to get crunchy.
It's time to get
This is probably
crunchy.
like an ASMR thing, right?
Oh,
People
please
eating
don't
chips.
say that.
Which is better for sauce?
The bowl.
It's hard to dip an entire chip in that glass, I think.
It'd be classy as fuck, though.
How is that classy? It's a glass.
Yeah. A glass of salsa.
Okay, are
If
you
you
really,
want classy, use the wine
are you
glass.
really concerned about being classy right now? It does not seem like a classy moment.
Gotta have class all the time.
I feel like there's a quote from The Office that goes here. Something about trying too hard, not being classy. You remember that opener, that cold open?
No.
That it's the one where Robert California comes for the first time, and the cold open is Jim dresses up in a tuxedo.
Oh. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
It's like one of the few episodes where the cold open actually affects the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, what other stereotypical two-person things are there? We could do like prom pictures.
We could.
One of us would have to wear a dress though. So let's not do that.
Okay.
Because I already know it would end up being me.
I'm gonna Google pictures of two people and see what sorts of things come up.
That's a good idea. Or you could no. You could look on Wikipedia.
Okay.
What?
Two of the three first pictures of two people are actually pictures of three people. Actually, three of the first four, if you count that guy.
Well, I don't think that guy really counts.
Okay. So we could do this.
That's like a BFF. We could do like a cool BFF picture, like
Yeah.
one my hand in here and your hand makes the other half of the heart.
Yeah. We could
Guys,
get matching shirts.
What?
the Disney short of the old dude playing chess with himself.
Yes.
That, but both of you instead of just one person.
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh.
What?
It's just a nice looking park and two
Stick
people
people.
sitting at a table playing chess.
I really want us to be wearing the same clothes in this picture now.
I think we should. That seems like the only... Do we already own the same thing of anything, or should we... We'd probably have to go and find something, right?
I'm feeling really betrayed.
What?
That was our thing.
I mean, it's my thing with a lot of people. We were never exclusive. We didn't talk about this.
I'd love
Plus, we never actually did that.
True. We stopped taking classes together.
Yeah.
You're just poly as fuck.
Yeah, we'll have
True.
to find something at a store.
How PG-13 is this podcast?
What?
It's like we curse all the time, so I guess that makes it R.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you recording through?
His phone.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're looking things up?
Yeah.
Phones are magical. Okay, there's this one.
Oh my goodness. Let's not do this, but that's hilarious.
Oh man. If we put it on YouTube, we could actually, when we talk about stuff like this,
We could put the
we
images
could actually
so people
put
can
the images
see.
on. Yeah.
Now I don't have to go about describing this because I don't even know how I would.
Right.
Please see the image on the screen.
Right. We just upped our production quality by a factor of one.
Let's do this.
Can we do that?
I don't know. How strong are your abs?
Ridiculously strong.
All right,
obviously.
then I think we could. My legs are really strong, so like works out.
Yeah, to be honest, that's my top contender right now.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Wouldn't that be a cute cover?
It's way easier than you think. It actually doesn't take any abs. It's more back.
How's your back?
Ugh. It's disgusting. Here's the one.
Oh, we need a sunset and we need a beach.
If we go for our trip,
Yes.
are you intending to come to Michigan and then
I didn't have any reason to, but I'd be open to. I'm not going to do anything else.
so you'd just be sitting here
Yeah, I'd
otherwise,
just
right?
be sitting here otherwise.
So you should come to Michigan.
Okay.
And I should make
can
sure
get
that's
the beach
fine
photo.
with my parents.
Yeah.
And then we have a beach and it's the sunset on the beach.
Yeah,
And I can make my brother come and take the picture of us.
excellent.
And then Nate will quietly lean in for a kiss.
So is this plan B or plan C?
So plan A is getting Joel to draw us.
Yes.
And if it's plan C, what's plan B? Let's call it plan B because I
agree,
think that's
So I guess that really eliminates the need for plan C.
because we can definitely do that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So arm heart on the beach at sunset is
With the same clothes on.
with the same clothes on, yeah. And actually, if we're waiting until then, we have plenty of time to go and
Yeah.
find something.
Let's replicate this picture. Okay, you have to shave your head.
Yes, and also grow a beard.
No, just take your hair and tape it to your face to be a beard.
Whoa, we could do this one instead.
No, we could not do that.
Oh man, we should really, if we're intending to like put the images up, we should save the pictures and take notes and things.
Doesn't save any pictures.
It does nothing. I think this is gonna be a lame episode, except for us right now.
Yeah, I mean, except for all the cool talking that we do.
Right. All of these pictures of two people have become pictures of one person.
Yeah, and you're beyond your relevant search results at this point.
Yeah. We could go find a basketball court and do
that brings us to our next topic.
basketball?
Yes.
Right. There's been some interesting developments.
Yeah,
Talk about
so
that.
here's our weekly sports update. So the team that I care about, the 76ers, won their series in 5 games, but that's not that interesting. The only interesting news is that the Clippers have actually beaten the Warriors twice. Both times at Oracle Arena, which is the Warriors' home stadium. And so, what? And so, even though there's not a real chance that they could win the series, it's certainly possible.
It's very amusing to think of them winning the series.
Yeah, it is very amusing to think of that. The Warriors losing to the 8th seed in the first round.
Yeah.
After being ahead 3-1, which would be hilariously ironic.
So, they play tomorrow, and it looks like the Warriors are favored by almost 10 points.
Which, if you're wondering why it's so low, it's because it's a home game for the Clippers.
Right, only a 10-point favorite. So it looks like when the Clippers win, it's a close game. And when the Warriors win, it's a less close game.
Because when the Warriors win, they just, like... When the Warriors are playing as they should, they just, like, go off in the third quarter. It's like... If you can keep up with them in the third quarter, your chances increase exponentially.
So let's go take a look. Let's do some in-depth analysis, which is what listeners come to this podcast for.
They really want some basketball analysis.
Yeah. And if you look at this graph of the game flow on the ESPN app, which we are not affiliated with, they're not sponsoring us in any way, but they really should. It looks like the Clippers had the lead at halftime, and there was only...
They had a decent lead at halftime, and the Warriors kind of caught up throughout the third quarter, but they didn't quite catch up all the way. And
Right. Looks like they were within 3, and then didn't score for the rest of the quarter, and then they were down 10 at the end of the quarter. They brought it all the way back. They were up by... Looks like 1 point on one occasion in the fourth quarter, and then didn't score for a while. So, if you're rooting for the underdogs, this must have been a disappointing game to watch. The Warriors getting so close to pulling off the upset, but falling just shy.
Right. Anyway, you had some sports news that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I don't really know anything about hockey. But I was looking at some hockey scores, and correct me if I'm wrong, but all 4 of the 1 seeds in the Stanley Cup playoffs have been eliminated in the first round.
I would correct you, but you're actually somehow in a position where you know more about hockey than I do right now, because I haven't followed it since the Flyers are out of the playoffs.
That's amazing. Were the Flyers in the playoffs at all, or did they...
They were never in the playoffs.
Oh,
I mean, they were last year, but not this year.
They have never in their history been in the playoffs.
I honestly can't believe they made it last year. They just kind of stumbled into the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And then lost in the first round.
This is actually interesting here. The Vegas Golden Knights, who were one of the 1 seeds, led their series 3-1.
Wow, and the Sharks came back.
And the Sharks came back all the way.
So now both Stanley Cup teams from last year are out.
Right. We'll have a new team in the finals this year.
From both conferences.
From both. Are they conferences? Yes, I don't know anything about hockey.
They are conferences.
All right. I mean, of course, I know everything about hockey. As is tradition, I think the Bruins won their series, Game 7.
I hate the Bruins.
I mean, you really gotta congratulate them on a job well done. It's not often that
I do not have to do that.
It's not often that Boston sports fans get to celebrate their team's accomplishments.
My God.
it's times like these when all of their trudging through fandom for years and years finally pays off. I mean, it's been what, like 2 months since their last major sports championship?
I cannot believe that. I actually live with a Boston sports fan, and that's rough.
I mean, how does he find the will to live?
Oh.
That's boggling to me.
Yeah. Anyway, moving away from sports because nobody who listens actually cares about it.
Right.
What was our next topic that we wanted to talk about?
That's a good question. I think we were just kind of...
I know we had another topic.
Was it the movie thing?
No, because we decided not to do that. Although we could do that if we wanted.
I guess. Let's see. We've been going for 30 minutes. That's an adequate length of time.
Right.
What was the other thing, though?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Avengers Endgame comes out today.
Yeah, we're going to see it on
Sunday.
So unfortunately, we won't be able to spoil it for you until next week.
Yes.
But I can spoil it for you on Saturday.
Saturday. When are you going to see it?
What, Saturday?
No, I know Saturday, but what time? You don't know? You may want to like look into getting tickets before they're all sold out.
Oh, I have a ticket.
Oh, to what time? You don't know? How do you not know?
Cassidy got it for you.
Josh got it for me.
Meanwhile, Joel's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to have Joel. Is that we could do a special edition?
Yeah, a special edition podcast
with over the weekend with Joel, and also probably Katie and Jasmine again.
Yeah, and Berenson because he's
most likely here. Berenson, and Shelby because she's coming to the movie with us, so she'll be around.
Berenson's actually not coming to the movie, so maybe not Berenson.
Maybe not. Yeah, so it'll be Shelby's first appearance on the podcast if she appears on the podcast. It'll be Katie and Jasmine and Joel's second appearance. They did a pretty good job in the first.
Well, Joel did a good job.
Jasmine,
good laugh track. Katie, bad job.
You know what? I've got to agree with you there. I was trying to be nice, but she really didn't deserve it. It was quite bad.
When we started the podcast, we wanted it to be an advice podcast. And so we asked Katie for a problem to give advice on. And she said that her problem was that her boss wanted to buy her baby. And so we went off and we discussed the problem. And we determined that she should sell her baby to her boss. And it turns out that wasn't even the problem. The problem was the fact that her boss wanted to buy her baby. Not like whether I should sell it, just like, guys, this is clearly wrong, even though we decided that it was like a good thing to do. What are you doing?
I'm on Wikipedia, Alex.
Oh my gosh.
For our weekly Wikipedia article. And I've decided to search Wikipedia for two people. And there are many things on Wikipedia that two people could refer to.
What a surprise.
So I selected two people, in parentheses, band. And it turns out that Two People was a mid-1980s British band consisting of Mark Stevenson and Noel Ram. They released a number of singles between 1985 and 1987, scoring 2 minor hits in the UK charts with the songs This Is the Shirt and Heaven. There are lots of other words in this article, but I'm not going to read them because the only reason I did this was just to get another Wikipedia article in.
We should put the words this is our shirt or this is us shirt.
This is the shirt.
This is the shirt. We should put those words on our podcast cover art just with no explanation.
This is the shirt.
This is the shirt.
All right, credit to Mark Stevenson and Noel Ram for being the two people of Two People. We should listen to the song.
That's probably not necessary.
Okay.
You know what we've had a disturbing lack of?
What?
On this podcast was all of the things that you said you were going to say on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to do that next time. I forgot about doing that.
Yeah, so we won't spoil it for our listeners as to what he was going to say.
Right. So tune in next week.
Yeah.
To find, or maybe just Saturday or Sunday on our special
edition.
Yeah, we'll have to remember to do it.
Do you have any finals next week?
I have one final on Wednesday.
Okay, so but next Thursday we'll both be done with all of our finals.
Yes, and the Thursday after that, will you still be around?
I assume we'll be at your house at that time.
That's still before commencement, though, isn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah, I'll still be around.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot about that. Sorry.
But the Thursday after that, you'll be at my house, probably. And the Thursday after that is part of our trip, maybe? I don't know how many weeks there are, but we'll have several more weeks.
I thought our trip ended before. Oh, no.
It starts on Thursday.
That's the last day of our trip.
Or that's the last day of our trip? When is our trip? I don't actually know.
I feel like it was like Monday through Thursday of the week following.
I thought we included a weekend just so that Joel wouldn't have to take days off.
It's only like 4 days, though, right?
Yeah, I think we're there for 3 nights.
Yeah.
But we're I thought we would depart on Thursday night I thought that was the beginning.
I might have told my family the wrong dates.
Let's go. It's probably in the group chat, right?
Oh, this might be very bad. Because my family's actually going on a vacation immediately following what I presumed the dates of our... So I needed to drive home directly, like, the day after.
Okay. We have the cabin for the nights of May 17th through 20th, checking out on the 21st.
What days of the week are those?
The 17th is a Friday.
Okay, I might need to talk to my parents about this.
I think what we may have been planning to do is
I'm hoping this is the week.
Start driving on
Thursday.
Thursday.
The weekend before I need to actually be home.
Right. I think it is because
I assume it is. This is the weekend we were originally planning on starting our week-long one, right?
Yeah, we moved up the trip rather than moving it back because Shelby needs to be back at the same time
Right.
you do.
Okay. Yeah. So
you're probably fine.
I'm fine. Shelby needs to be back the day before I do.
Right. Okay. So you're definitely good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So what that means then is that on Thursday, we will be driving to Katie's house potentially.
Yeah, and
so
so
if we're in the same car, we can just have a 6-hour-long podcast.
Yeah, well, maybe not that long, but we can have our podcast during that time.
We'll have our podcast in the car. There's probably lots of... I think of more things to talk about when we're driving.
Why is that?
I don't know. There's like moving stuff outside that you can...
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You know, you're not just like... I see the difference between us being here talking and being in the lounge and talking.
Right. Because there's people to, like, say things.
Right.
I don't know. I don't feel like this is that, like...
I mean, this is also fine.
Yeah, it's also fine.
There's more, like, I think we bounce around more in the
eyes
lounge.
on your door get me every time.
I think... Do we have any more of those eyes?
Maybe.
I think we should leave eyes when we move out. Stick eyes to things.
When are you moving
Those
out?
can stay. The one on my door will stay. I'm planning. So May 1st.
At least it's at the early ending one, right? Like early.
Our lease ends at the end of May.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm planning to move out between May 1st, which is my final, and May 12th, which is commencement.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I leave after commencement, I want to take all of my stuff with me and not have to come back.
Right. I need to see. My lease goes until August, so I'm subleasing my apartment, not my apartment, my house.
Yeah.
To actually the guy who came and talked to us.
Okay.
While we were in there, but I need to talk to the people that are living there and see if I can leave my car there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many cars those people have. I think only 4 people are subleasing and 4 people are staying though. I'll have to talk to people about that, but while we're going, I could probably park in your driveway, right?
You could do that.
Yeah, so worst case, that's what will happen.
Yeah. And just take my spot because I won't be here. Okay. That sounds like a plan. Did you remember the thing?
What thing?
The thing that we were going to talk about?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay. Well...
How long have we been podcasting for?
It's been 43 minutes and 30 seconds.
We can finish up. I know we kind of just rushed and ended our last podcast.
We did do that.
Give it a proper ending.
Let's finish it off the right way.
All right. So, do you remember where we left off?
I do not.
I feel
exactly.
Like, so I know that we got to the part where what was our character's name?
It was Joel, wasn't it?
It must have been Joel.
I'm pretty sure it was Joel.
I don't think we would give it any other name.
Yeah.
So we were at the part where Joel was back. I really don't know if it was Joel. Anyway, we were at the part where he was back on his farm.
Yes.
And the AI.
Oh, I remember what it was. He was on like that old computer that his dad had been hiding, and he like just managed to send out a virus.
Right. Yeah. So we need to start a little bit before that because I don't remember why. Like either the AI must have not. Like we need a reason for the company to know about the AI.
Yeah.
But not. Like it still also need him for some reason. So
maybe they had like bugged his computer. That like had a key logger or something on it, so they could tell what he was doing.
Well, if they had a keylogger, they could just replicate everything he typed, so they wouldn't need.
I guess he was done, wasn't he? Yeah. So.
Like either the AI like went back to the company, and then and then it realized it was bad and escaped, or maybe like some of the other engineers like figured out that he had finished it and like told the company about it or something like that.
I think they told the company they figured out that he was done, and that's why he had disappeared. I wish we listened back if we were gonna finish this off.
Yeah.
Figure out all the details, but let's say the other engineers figured it out.
Right.
They said he's done, but
we don't know where the AI is.
He has all the work, and like you need his laptop to get the code or something like that. Because they don't use Git.
Well, I think we made him realize that the company was up to like no good at the end, and that's
right. So he purged all the.
He put the
repositories or something.
Yeah.
Wow,
they could
make some backups.
They could recover from some backups or something. They could recover like most of it, but they're missing the key. Yeah.
They need him to finish it.
Because like their engineers are working on it, but they can't figure it out.
Right. Anyway, so they send the robot army.
Yes.
They have the Amish people fighting the robots.
Yes.
Which Amish people are pacifists, so that would never happen. But temporary suspension of disbelief.
Well, I mean, can't they defend themselves?
I don't know.
I feel like being a pacifist doesn't mean that if somebody attacks you, you just like let them kill you.
More importantly, if it's a robot,
yeah,
they wouldn't. It's not violence, you know.
Okay, sure. So we can justify that the Amish people would fight back.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Like as a pacifist.
Yeah.
I can break shit. I can't hurt people.
Okay.
Animals.
So.
What if the robot? Yeah, this is not really relevant to the story, but just out of curiosity, what if the robot had an AI on it, like an actual AI?
It's a moral conundrum whether or not you consider it a being, I guess. Does it have feelings? Can it feel pain?
Probably not.
If
I don't think it can feel pain.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
It's really the act of inflicting pain on something else that I can't do.
Right. Okay, anyway, so the Amish people fight the robots.
Yep.
They initially are winning, but then, of course, it's robots. So the robots start winning, and all the while, he's like panicking, and his dad tells him that he's like an old computer that he's secretly been saving all these years.
And there's like this moment between them then, but they can't have it yet. It's like it's too rushed. He's like, just go.
Right. There's like a silence in the middle of the battle, and then he's just like, go, and then he like runs.
Right.
And so he's writing this virus.
So there was no kiss scene?
Not yet.
Wait, is there a love interest? I actually forgot. No,
there is
a love interest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's one of the Amish girls.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I forgot about that.
I don't remember why we introduced her, but we did.
Well, you have to have a good, love interest.
I think it's just like to have connections back to the community, though, right? She wasn't like
another reason for him to come
super
back.
Significant for other reasons.
Right. Anyway, yeah. So you
should follow her closely in these parts, in this through the fighting sequence.
Right.
You can see her like doing well.
Right.
But just overall, the Amish people aren't doing that well.
Right.
So she's like a badass.
Yeah.
Ninja Amish.
Yes.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
That'd be kind of cool, right?
It'd be a little weird.
Or maybe she just gets like lucky.
I mean, I feel like she just kind of
Jar Jar thing.
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of exactly. It's just like bumbling around, but actually super effectively taking down robots. I feel like this is supposed to be.
I feel like that would be like maybe funny, but I feel like this is not meant to be like a funny scene.
Okay.
So I feel like she's just
there's
neither especially good or especially bad, just what you would expect from an Amish woman.
Sure. Okay.
Cool. So, and she's one of the people that's like about to get slaughtered right as he enables the virus and shuts down all the robots. Anyway, so he's writing the virus. Now people start losing.
Yep.
Everything was hopeless. Then he shuts down all the. Oh, maybe.
Is the old computer hooked up to the internet via satellite?
Sure. I mean, this is the future, so we can honestly do whatever we want with regards to the internet.
Okay. I was imagining present day.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, there's an army of robots.
Present day. Yeah. It's like a decade away. No more.
So, anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, right. Maybe the virus will shut down the robots, but it'll also shut down the AI. So it's like...
Just permanently ruined.
Right, and so he's like torn.
He like hesitates for an instant.
He's like starts to, you see a single tear and then enter.
Yeah. It's good.
Good?
All right,
okay,
yeah.
Good, yeah.
I like it.
So he kills the AI. He kills all the robots.
Yep.
Or
He destroys all the company's code and servers and everything.
bear with
The company's ruined. What?
if you want to make a really fucked up dark twist instead of just a sad moment. The girl's about to die, and if he didn't hesitate, she would have been fine. But a robot kills her. Just right before it dies. If he hadn't hesitated, she would have been fine.
Do you want a sad ending or a happy ending?
I'm torn. Because I
Just
think
like
that...
him.
Just like her.
I'm hesitating too long. Somebody's going to die.
Shelby.
Whoops. I mean, I think that's a quality ending.
But like,
So,
so,
like,
so
what-
like if we went along with that, what would happen is she would get like fatally stabbed or something.
Yeah.
He presses enter. All the robots die. Everyone cheers. He comes out, and then he sees her. Like everyone's like crowded around her. She's like lying
Right.
on the ground, fatally wounded. And then they have like a whole moment where he's like, "I came back for you," blah 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 blah, or maybe yeah, something like that. Well, the problem is he didn't really come back only for her.
Right. It was a whole thing. I don't think she's like
Yeah, I don't think she's
important
important
enough to the
enough,
rest
yeah.
of the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe his dad dies.
Oh,
Same thing.
yeah,
but
that would be a good reason. Yeah.
So
dad-
same thing, but the dad.
Yeah, that's actually much better because also now we can end it with like him with the girl, which is like more towards the future
Yeah, and he's like taking over
for his dad,
family.
for the farm. Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, like, he's just sad forever. Like,
Right,
there's
yeah.
not, you know,
Yeah.
there's no hope. I mean, there's not no
Or
hope,
in the
but
last
Until the
moment-
sequel.
yeah.
In the last moment, the robots kill all the Amish people.
Except
at once.
him.
Except one. And then he just starts a new Amish village that's just him.
No, then he becomes John Wick and goes on a rampage, just like he's like the hacker version of John Wick.
So this is the prequel to John Wick. Okay, so
Anyway,
it's his dad dies because he hesitated when shutting down
Right,
the
so he
AI.
goes out, his dad's stabbed, he goes, it's like, son, I'm so proud of you. He's like, Dad, I love you so much, blah, blah, blah.
It's just a
Dad
whole
dies,
yeah.
everyone's sad, and then he stands up, and he's strong again. He's like, I don't know what he says. What does he say? Something noble and... You get the emotion I'm going for here.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like a victory, but
Triumphant.
like it's like we did it, but what was
It's
the
like
cost?
something. It's something like tonight we feast, but less celebratory than that.
Yeah. Tonight
have a
we
snack.
We can't, based on our yesterday's discussion. You
right.
Can't have
If it's night, we could talk about
oh,
that.
yeah, we can talk about that next.
We could talk about that at the special edition or something because
Yeah.
I have to go to the meeting soon.
Ew.
What meeting?
And they decided to not have it be dinner at the same time,
What
which is
meeting?
lame. The officer meeting for SBS.
Oh, I'm not an officer anymore.
That's true. Do I actually have to go?
Do I have to go?
If I have to go, you have to go. But if I don't have to go, you don't have to go.
I think we don't have to go.
But I think the current expectations is that we will go.
Yeah, but we'll only be letting people down that we won't see again.
Until Saturday.
If we were leaving tomorrow, I might consider it, but I do think that I intend to spend enough, like a significant portion of time more with the group. So
If they're gonna senior send off, we want them to like us.
yeah.
Okay, so stands up. He says something triumphant.
Yep. It's like
and
we
it
honor.
pans out on the farm with like it's like kind of like fires everywhere and like dead robots everywhere.
Yeah.
But like it's like the sun is rising. It's like a new day.
Yeah. You like
The
pan
end.
up into the sky.
Yep. Yep. And then the end appears.
I have a question.
Cut to black. Credits roll.
What does the boss of the what happens to the boss of the company?
I mean, his company's bankrupted because.
So he's
Guy-
not like evil enough to come after them. He's just like
Well, see, he would come after them, but like he no longer has the means to, which is what I wanted to do with like he destroys all of the company's everything.
okay. So he just like ruins
Right,
this company.
like otherwise the company would just send more robots. That's the
And
cool
so-
thing about robots is you can just keep making them.
So like the stocks tank and this guy just like
Yeah, we need to somehow show that like all of the company's data is lost.
so let's
All of their code is corrupted.
Okay.
you could have a
Have you seen
scene.
Alvin and the Chipmunks?
What?
Have you seen the movie Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yes, but not in a while. I probably don't.
You know when it's Howie Mandel, right?
What? You mean the
Oh.
bald enemy? No, it's not Howie Mandel.
Should be.
It's the guy who plays the bad guy in everything.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
At the end, he's trying to teach 3 squirrels to sing.
He's in
An analog to that would be the end for the villain.
Analogy? Oh, an analog? What?
It's like an analogy, but less.
It's the guy. Sorry, by the side note, it's the guy. The guy's in Arrested Development. Have you ever seen Arrested Development?
I have, but I don't remember who you're talking about.
You know how there's like the guy who is never naked. He's like always wears like jorts under all his clothes.
What?
You heard me. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen Arrested
I
Development,
have not seen Arrested Development.
TBH, I feel like the
His name's
dad is
Tobias in that show.
PMK.
Yes,
Alright,
that's the guy.
I have a solution to my question actually. So while the fight scene is going on, that should be interspersed with like the control room, right? Of like the boss
Right,
and some
yeah.
engineers and they're like coding and I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, and
Like, you know.
they're being
And
controlled.
then-
And then when he hits,
When
the
he
virus,
shits it, you see them and like all their computers just
like shut down,
die.
and, like virus detected or
Yeah.
whatever.
and you can see
And
he like looks out, out of the room into the hallway and they're like all the servers
Right.
across
And
the
then one of
hall
the
are just on
engineers is
fire or
like-
something like that.
one of the engineers reboots his computer's like,
We've lost everything.
we've lost everything. He wiped everything. What do you mean everything?
The boss
Like
is
everything.
like-
All of our code, all of our products, all of our data. We have nothing.
Yeah. It's like this is before you see that the dad was hurt too. So like there's all of this and you're like, oh great, yeah, like everything just they won.
Right.
And then you cut back and it's like he's like, we did it, Dad, we did it, and then you see his dad like on the ground with robot has
My only
just-
issue with that is I feel like he's inside the house coding.
Okay, so he like runs out of the house or something then.
Yeah, he runs out of the house and you see all the people crowded.
All the
around his
people are
dad.
gathered around
and
and
then
he's
you have the whole scene which we.
everyone looks at him and they're giving him that look of like, you know what's wrong here.
He runs
And
he's
he's
like,
like,
no,
"No."
he's like pushing people out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rip.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. There's our movie.
Yeah. The end.
Took a turn at the end there, but
I'm very happy with how this movie turned out.
that
Given
is
our,
a good
given our premise.
yeah, that is a good ending. I think. Good movie overall.
Yeah, good movie overall.
I would watch that
What's
movie.
your premise?
We asked for a genre and topic and we got science fiction and Amish carpenters.
So the general summary of the rest of the movie was Amish people, when they're 18, go out into the world for a year and then decide whether they want to be Amish or come back. Like, that's a real thing.
but
And
if
then,
but if they choose to stay in the world, they're shunned by their family
Right.
and everyone they know.
So there's this guy who doesn't like being Amish, and he like goes out and becomes a computer programmer, and is like really good at his job, and he like creates this artificial intelligence. But like his whole family is like, we know you don't like it here, but we don't want to never see you again. You should totally come back. And so like,
basically he goes through all this debauchery and then realizes that he misses his family. And so at the end of his time at the company, at the end of the year, he quits his job and moves back. And then the company, you heard the ending, the company needs him to finish this AI or whatever. And so they send the robot army, and then he kills them all.
Tree.
Yes.
yeah. All right. Well, just dropped a bunch of chips. I think that's a good
spot to end our podcast.
Good spot to end our podcast.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We will talk to you either this weekend or next week, depending upon how that goes.
Definitely this weekend, I think.
All right. This weekend, then.
All right. I have been Alex.
And I have also been Alex.
All right. And this was our podcast,
Joel.
Joel.